Hello, today I'm just going to do an unboxing of my Amazon tech haul. Now, I purchased these items before the Black Friday sale, so some of them may be on special, but I'll make sure to add the link in the description below if you wanted to check them out yourself. I'll explain why I purchased each and every one. Some of them are actually maybe double of things, but I will get on with the show. Hello, I'm Marianne here on YouTube. I also have my main channel, Marianne Cress, where I do my planning, but then I want to also share the things I learn as a content creator here on YouTube or on Instagram. So let's go. So here we are. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items that I purchased probably in the last 3 to 4 days. Now, probably these 3 here are like doubles of things I already have. So I wanted to get double. So we might start off with those. Let me put this aside and let's get with this one. So this is a small rig magic arm with super clamp. I first saw this on Vanessa Lau's YouTube video. So she's a content creator here on YouTube and Instagram, and she uses this for her camera, her DJI Osmo Pocket 3, and which I purchased myself. Now it was a big splurge, but I'll do, if you wanted, I can do a separate video. I'm not versed on the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 myself, so I get too anxious trying to share something that I don't know much about. Or actually, sorry, let's better do a proper unboxing. So that is the box that it comes with, and I think these come in different lengths, so you can have shorter arms or longer arms depending on your need. So this one is the small rig clamp with a 1/4 inch and 3/8 inch, whatever the T is. Really, I should go and have a look. Let me see. Let's have a look at description. So it's probably better. Okay. Small rig comes with a super clamp. So this is great to clamp onto poles, to shelves. So if I'm out and about, majority of the things I'm doing at the moment, one of the reasons I purchased the DJI Osmo Pocket was to do more behind the scenes for my other channel. So then it's a lot easier for me to set up my camera, do top-down shots, do wide shots of my room and behind the scenes stuff. And so, which is I cannot do as well with an iPhone camera or any of my Sony ZV-1 or Sony ZV-E10. So that is one of the reasons why I purchased it. And this clamp, according to Vanessa Lau, is really good because then, you know, if you're out and about, you can clamp it anywhere and then it'll keep your Osmo Pocket 3 nice and safe. It comes with a super clamp with a 1/4 inch and 3/8 inch thread, and both ends respectively. So it's really nice and lightweight, and it folds up really small, so I can pop it in my little bag if I'm out and about. Normally I'm carrying one of those sling bum bags around my shoulder, and this fits nicely. So let me show you the box there, and I'll show you in a sec how I use it. So let me do that. The other thing that I purchased along with it, so in order for me to get my DJI Osmo Pocket 3 or my iPhone camera, if I wanted to pop my iPhone camera, is this quick release. So this is the Nicey Rig brand. Again, check the link in the description below. Slider, lock camera, quick release plate mount device, a 1/4 inch to 20 adapter for tripod, stabilizer, gimbal, wireless video transmission. This is how it looks, and then you've got the little quick release here. So if you move that little lever, that's how it slides out. So you would pop this either on a iPhone clamp, so then you can move your camera in and out of the, I'm going to be attaching it into my small rig clamp right here. So this one is the one that attaches to here. So I'm just going to do a very quick attachment, and it does come with an Allen key as well as an extra screw. I think this is the 3/8 screw, and so if you wanted, you can go and secure that even more so, and you can go and Allen key that into place, so then it's nice and secure and it's not wobbling, because you know how sometimes if you're turning this around it can get loose. So this, I think, gives it that extra security. Again, please note, if you are watching this and you are more tech savvy than I am, forgive me for all my very lay term explanations, I'm just a small girl. No, I learn as I go, and that's why I thought I'd opened up this YouTube channel, Marianne, on YouTube, to learn and share the things that I am learning along the way, because sometimes a lot of great videos and tutorials are out there with the techie stuff and it just goes over my head. I just want to know, will it work? And yes, it will. Okay, and this of course will attach onto your whatever camera you have. So if you have mirrorless DSLR camera, that can also attach to that, and then you can go and let us pretend you've got a camera on there, and then this bit here, say how it says open, you just slide that in there, you move the little lever that helps secure it, and then clamp. That is nice and secure right there. So with the SmallRig super clamp, it can go and articulate in so many different ways. And then of course you would clamp this to a pole, to a shelf, to your desk, and then here is how it will lock. See how it says lock, unlock? So let's say this is the position you want it in. You will lock that in place, and that is nice and secure. It ain't gonna budge. Or then if you want to move it about, you want to make it maybe a little bit higher on the pole, again, okay, it does not budge at all because it's got these teeth on there that locks it in place. So let me show you how I am currently using it. So this is my second SmallRig. So this one I'm going to place and clamp onto a tripod I have just to the right here. So then I can do some vertical shots, or like behind the scene, where maybe while I'm, doing a YouTube landscape video, I can also have a vertical, so I can clamp that on there, have my DJI Osmo Pocket. But let me go back to the main camera and let me show you if I can put it into shot. So this is another tripod, just a little tripod. Here is the SmallRig clamp with the quick release right here. And then I've just attached I think Ulanzi, a little RGB light. So if I want to have any brighter light, I have that in place. And then let me see if I can do this smoothly and gracefully. So then it's got the little lever there. And so all I do is open that up, try and show the camera, open that up, release it, and then I can easily move this DJI camera from that there, because I will probably use this as a over the shoulder shot. So if I'm doing my planning on my other channel, Marianne Cresp, I can have an over the shoulder shot, low angle from the desk, or when I have this clamped onto my tripod just to the right of me here, I can have that shooting me either, vertical or horizontal or landscape, either way. So that is why I purchased the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, and also when I'm doing my walk outside in any behind the scene, or the idea is to do maybe some vlogging. So that's one of the reasons I purchased that. So let me pop that aside in a safe and secure place. Let's go back to my desk. So that is the reason why I purchased a second quick release. This is the NiceRig as well as the SmallRig super clamp. So let me just show you what they are. Okay, so then again, the links are in the description below, so you can check that out as well if you wanted to purchase it yourself. So the NiceRig, I like this quick release because it's nice and small. It doesn't take up too much space as well, and it is quite solid. There is nothing flimsy about this, and so it's got the little rubber grips on both sides. Okay, so NiceRig, this one, quick release, and the SmallRig Magic Arm with super clamp. So just do be mindful, some other SmallRig Magic Arm may not have this as extra. So just do be mindful, this came with it. Okay, so just keep an eye on that. And this is really good. Like I said, it will clamp on to my desk. It will clamp onto the tripod. I've also clamped it on the top, like the shelf of one of my bookshelves. So then it gave me a nice top wide angle for when I'm doing sort of maybe like time lapse when I'm cleaning up or I'm setting up something in the behind the scene. Okay, so that's two items I purchased probably a few days ago. Now the other one that I also purchased, so this is the in-ear monitor. I already actually have one on. So as you can see here, I'll probably put the version of this. Again, it's in the description below. But when I saw this one from KX, it is a nice colored one. So this is the KZ EDX Pro, but this is in the color cyan. Those of you who may have seen me on my other channel, Marianne Crest, teal, turquoise, or aqua is one of my brand colors. And look, when I do have my hair tied up or up like that, you can already see my in-ear monitor. So it's not as if I'm hiding it. KZ EDX Pro in-ear monitor headphones. So this one is without the mic. And you can also purchase one that has a microphone, so you can also talk and listen with your, I guess, or with your phone or with your monitor or computer. So this one is part of a Black Friday deal here in Amazon Australia, but I'll make sure to also pop in the Amazon affiliate link for my US storefront. So let me quickly open this up while we are talking away, and then that way we are not wasting dead air. Oh, this one is a cute little box cutter from Daiso. So this is, I think it's just plastic, so this is not a metal blade. So this is nice and handy when I'm opening up packages like this. One dynamic driver, hi-fi bass sound. See, again, all of these things is, I don't need to know. All I want to know is, does it work? And can I open it? Yes, it slides out beautifully. Ooh, I just love it. Okay. Oh, and the great thing with this is the cable is detachable from the actual ear monitor themselves. So let's see, I'll either be able to put it all together on camera nice and easy. And here you get the different size little ear thingy-bobby. That's right, that's its technical name. I'm probably going to be using the small one because I only have small ear holes. All right, so let's pop that there for a second. Let's get rid of that, and let's have a look at the cable that came with it. So this one here, the whatever it is, it has this clear cable that gets a bit manky. You know how when sometimes you've got the clear cables, they do get a little bit dirty looking. But this one, it's got the red cables inside and sort of like a grayish tone plastic covering. So let's get rid of this. Okay, that looks nice. So that will go behind my neck. Let me see, oh, this side will go behind my neck here, so you can't see it. And then you can attach these to the actual buds itself. Okay, so it already actually comes with the things in there, but I think that's going to be too big. So let's have a look. Does this matter if it's left or right? Probably not. And let's see if we can do a little shot there. Okay, can you see? And then that goes in there. We will see if I'm putting this the wrong way or the right way. Okay, let me just so that I can see myself. Okay, that just goes in nice and easy like that. Let's have a look. Probably not the right way. I don't want to push it if it's the wrong way. There we go. I will make sure that I've attached it on properly. So let's have a look. Does it tell you left and right? It probably does, but I can't see. That's the right, and that's the right, and then maybe, does it matter? That's the left. Okay, so that one goes like that, I think. Okay, so left, right. Let me see if I can do it one side of it. So left. Okay, left. Pop it in. Wrong way. But that will go in like this. Oh, okay. Will go in like that properly when I've got the correct cables properly. And then so that will look, right? It will stand out, but I don't mind. Hey, I'm on YouTube. I'm on camera. I will need in-ear monitors. Now, I do also have this one here, the clear one, but I also sometimes will wear the over-the-ear headphones. But because I wear big earrings and then I've got my glasses on as well, over time that hurts because then it squishes my glasses into my skull, and then of course that doesn't cover up my earrings, my little big hoopy earrings. So that is my KZ EDX Pro In-Ear monitor. So at the time of this video, it's Friday the 28th of November, Australian Eastern Daylight Time. It's currently at $23.98 Australian dollars. Okay, so that's that one. I'll make sure not to lose any of these because knowing me, I'll move things around, I'll clean up, and then I clean up so good that I have forgotten where all that bits and pieces are. All right, so let's just put this back on. I actually don't have anything that I need to listen to at the moment, but I always like to have this on. So then when I am doing recording and I play any videos with audio, I don't want the audio to come out of my speaker and then go into my microphone and have that sort of like echo. What was the other thing that I purchased? Where did I put it? Oh, behind me. Let's do this one. Okay, so this one, I have the Sony ZV-1 as my top overhead shot camera, but I'm also using it to take photos of products. Sometimes I do brand partnerships and brand collab, and so if I'm doing, still photos and I'm trying to take a photo, how you press the shutter button halfway to lock in the focus and then the whole thing shakes, or if at a weird angle. So this one is, let me show you, this is a wireless remote commander for Sony. So this is not a Sony brand. This is a non-Sony brand. I'll put in the description this one as well as the Sony brand that will, be compatible with your Sony cameras. But I saw a video, I'll make sure to link that in the description, where he said, the generic brands are okay, so a lot cheaper than the branded ones. So I want to make sure as well that you purchase what you want. Okay, so I don't know, I will let you know later how this goes. So really the main thing that I'm going to want to be using it for is the shutter button. I'll make sure to see if it can also work well. I think if I am playing or recording a video and I want to zoom in and out, let's say my top down shot, I currently have the zoom in optical, and I don't think you can zoom in and out on optical zoom. You can for clear image and digital, but I have my zoom set into optical, so then when I do zoom in, it doesn't lose the quality. See, these are the things I'm learning along the way. All you do is chat GPT it. What's the difference between optical, clear image, and digital? And it will tell you, and then you choose which one is applicable to your setting. Because sometimes I repurpose my top-down shot of my planners. For example, if I have this and then I want to zoom in on a particular note, when I zoom in, if it's clear image or digital, you can lose a little bit of the quality. So the pixels, I think, you lose a little bit of that. So for the moment, I will be using this wireless remote for my Sony ZV-1 when I'm doing product photos and I, want to be able to take photos without managing or handling the camera itself, and then that will avoid any shake. And so we'll see how it goes. I think it takes, what type of battery does it take? I don't know. Hopefully, oh, here we go. Hopefully, I probably will need a battery for this. And you know me. Well, you don't know me. If you're new here, hello, I'm Marianne. I'll figure out what battery it uses. Let me see. Brand new alkaline battery, firstly. Okay. Oh, and the other thing is you actually have to make sure, because it's infrared, you got to be able to point the remote control to the front of the camera. So a lot of the times when I'm doing my product photos, it's a top down or an angled shot. So I just got to make sure I'm pointing it in front of the camera, because it will not work when you're pointing it in behind or the side. So that's okay. I just have a little small setup here for my product photos. So that's one of the other tech. Again, details in the description. Now, the other thing is, with my Ecamm Live, which is the live streaming and recording software that I use for this channel if and when I do eventually go on live here, but on my main channel at Marianne Cresp, I use Ecamm Live software. It's a Mac software for live streaming. And if you are watching this video before December 2nd US time, their Black Friday sale is currently on. So for new users of Ecamm, not a sponsored video, for new users of Ecamm Live, you can get 40% off their annual plan. So if you have wanted to go live and be able to have all these fancy little overlays and have text and zooming, transitioning like this, and you have a Mac, or you can even if you're a PC user, I think you can get a Mac Mini. Don't know a lot about it. You go figure it out. I just bought myself an iMac a year ago, and so once I did that, I went and downloaded the Ecamm Live because I saw a lot of my content creator friends using it. So when I connected this Sony ZV-1 camera to Ecamm, it was able to show me the resolution. So let me see if I can go and show you how it looks. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go in the live mode of Ecamm, live demo mode. Okay, now you'll be able to see my whole screen. And so this is sort of like the behind the scene of my Ecamm, I guess, layout. I've set it up to how I want it, but let's have a look here. So here in the camera effects, let me see if I can zoom in at all. Will this allow me to zoom in? There we go. See how you can see here. So there, I've chosen my camera as ZV-1 and it says resolution 720p25. So the resolution that it's sending through Ecamm is only 720. Now I have my camera all set up for 4K 25 frames per second because I'm here in Australia. Instead of 24 frames per second, I set it to 25 to avoid any flickering of any lights. So I went, why is it only sending the resolution at 720 resolution? And so here is what I have discovered. So I'm going to read it. So let me remove this off live demo. Here's the thing. I went and researched it. This is ChatGPT. ChatGPT says sometimes they'll get it wrong, but I trust it enough, or a lot better than me. So here's the simple truth about the Sony ZV-1 and Ecamm, and it has nothing to do with your resolution setting in the camera, all right? Because I'm thinking, hey, I'm saying it to go and shoot in 4K, 25 frames per second. Why is it only spitting out 720p? Okay, so ZV-1 cannot actually output 4K over USB. So I have my top-down camera connected through USB cable. It works fine as this is how you see it. I got myself an extension cable, USB cable that will go and plug into a dock that plugs into my Mac. Again, technical stuff. If you want to know more, probably best to go someone who's a little bit more techie. Or if you're like me and just want it explained in lay terms, type in the comments section, tell me more, Marianne, and maybe I can do another video. So USB streaming on the ZV-1 is limited to 720p. Even if your camera is set to 4K 25 frames per second, the USB mode will downscale it automatically. Okay, so this is a hardware firmware limitation, not a cable issue, because at first I thought it might be cable. Of course, you can get better quality when you use, I think, capture card or HDMI. So let's keep going. Now, HDMI can output 1080p, okay? But USB can't, and that's why you only saw 720 on that resolution, because I have it all connected via USB. So USB cable will never give you 4K video output from a ZV-1 camera, which is what I have my top down set to. A cable that supports data transfer doesn't equal video bandwidth. If you want a high quality in Ecamm, if you want a sharper output for live stream, option 1 is HDMI, which is why I purchased this one, and a capture card. Hello, Editing Marianne here. I just want to let you know the Ugreen capture card and the HDMI cable I won't be reviewing in this unboxing, only because I am going to return it. Not because it's bad, it's just not doing the things that I want it for. So the quality of live streaming, my top down shots, I really need to get the proper one. So this is where you know, I need to do a little bit more research. So instead of going through the motion and then you buying it and thinking it's going to give you the quality live streaming that I wanted, that was better than the current top-down shots I've been doing, it's not for me. So just to let you know, you do your own research. Clearly, I need to do more research for myself. So I may just stick with the USB cable setup that I have. It was doing the job. I just thought, you know, you tweak these things, you try, and it's not for me unless later on I do have the funds to buy the correct capture card and high quality HDMI cable. I just didn't want to be unfair to the brands that I purchased, because it's not that it's wrong, it's just not doing the stuff that I want for my videos. Okay, let's get back to the other one. And then I purchased this wireless remote commander for my Sony ZV-1. So when I am taking top-down shots or I do need to start a video, I can use the remote and not manage or handle the camera and avoid any of that shaking. And then I also got myself another in-ear monitor. This is the KZ EDX Pro in-ear monitor earphones with the cyan little earbud thingy. And then I also purchased the Nicey's slider lock quick release plate and mount, as well as the small rig clamp with the clampy wampy thing. Okay, so that is my little Amazon tech haul. I purchased most of this before it even went on special, so they're probably on special now. I'll try and get this video out before the Black Friday, Cyber Monday and deals, but remember, prices will be different depending on where you are. I'll make sure to put Amazon US storefront, because a lot of you are from the US. If not, if you click on it and then go to the Amazon Australia store, it all still counts. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you, and make sure if you haven't yet subscribed to my Marianne on YouTube channel, do so. I ain't techie, I'm just sharing what I am learning as a content creator and all the things that I do on my main channel, Marianne Cress, where I do planning, habit tracking, self-care and well-being.